When I was growing up, I was a big fan of Mary Curie because I was impressed by her work. She isolated two new chemical elements from rocks that she basically found in her backyard and discovered a property of those rocks that we now call radioactivity. And more importantly, I needed to meet a Mary Curie in my life, right? I was 12, 13 years old when I learned about her work, and I had big problems with meeting the right connection in my life. A lot of people at that age, they were interested in romance. I was interested in a life partner. I still feel that way, but I'm starting to accept the idea that maybe I don't need a life partner either. And so Mary Curie must be smiling in her grave right now because her home country of Poland has turned their currency into something that loses value as fast as Polonium-210, which she discovered about 125 years ago now, right? So in 2 weeks, we went from 0.2, this is relative to the US dollar, by the way, so it's even worse in terms of absolute value because the dollar, I don't think I need to tell you, has been down as well. But in 3 weeks' time, now Polonium-210 has a half-life of 140 days, so 7 of these periods. So in 7 groups of 20 days, oops, I did it wrong. 0.2 divided by 0.22, right? Every 22 cents became 20 cents. It was losing 10% of its value. So 90% is left, and we take it to the power of 7. I just think that's an interesting coincidence. Not so coincidentally, they may bring her back on one of their notes, right? Like they did in 1989 already. But the kicker is that they probably didn't have to go through this inflation because I mentioned in the last video, part of the reason the Federal Reserve will have to pivot, is because our national debt is a good percentage of our GDP, which means that we literally cannot afford sound money because that would mean an equilibrium interest rate that would require us to pay all of our GDP on interest, right? But Poland doesn't seem to have that problem, and you can see how politically tough it is to bring sound money. Now imagine putting that on steroids, right? We have 3x the inflation. If Poland's going to turn their currency into polonium, well, the United States is going to turn our currency into a nuclear bomb, in my opinion.